We're going to get to 5 items.
This is part 2. In part 1, we fixed the door fitment issue, the window blowout, and final installed the perforated vinyl. Today, we'll final install the Aerosport products wing cuffs using ProSeal as well as ProSeal around the windows. We'll install the horizontal stab fairing and deliver the elevator to my painter to fix the counterbalances because I'm grounded for a bit. So stay tuned to the end to find out why.
Who you share it with.
Ooh, so much prettier. Time to install them. Get that silicone adhesive cleaned up really nicely with just some goof off adhesive remover. It's plastic safe, worked great. Cleaned it off with alcohol, but I also wanted to update you on how I'm going to attach this. It's going to be recommended by Aerosport products is just use VHB tape for the majority of it, and then I'm going to use ProSeal around the edge, just like right here on the window. That worked out really nice. And then you need one screw, so I drilled a hole there, drilled through here, and then I tapped it since this is nice thick aluminum. It's the leading edge spar. So I tapped it to 832 size screw, and I'll use a screw right there. So hopefully everything will line up once it's finally installed. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. Put the VHB tape on, stick it down, and put a screw in, and get on with ProSeal. I'm also going to take this opportunity to clean up, oh, there's a bunch of gunk right there, but I think a bead of ProSeal will aid if this VHB tape that's holding the two plastic pieces together on the door ever kind of gets old, then I think an added structural support of it would be the ProSeal. So I'm going to put a bead there as well, and maybe even one underneath. And also, I'm going to fill it some ProSeal in like this area right there. Got the VHB tape. Hopefully it's in all the right spots. Here's what Aerosport products recommended, and I attempted something similar. VHB tape, and then we'll seal around it with ProSeal.
It's a moment and a home is who you share it with. I believe what the point is enjoying who you share it with.
Sharp.
Joy is who you share it with.
Oh yeah, I hit 25.2 hours, so changing the mineral oil out, finally going to summertime oil. Got some very special visitors, Kobe. But not for Tucson. Get ready for the spring. How long are you going to be in Alaska?
That worked out so good.
Didn't it work out good?
Sometimes, yeah, you get some assholes. I've had mixed results with that.
Who you share it with.
Well, that was so nice. An impromptu visit from Cathy Page, 85. She was the winner of the silver class at the STOL Jag World Championships at High Sierra Fly in 2023. And she brought her Carbon Cub. She's going to Alaska with her friend Mike, spending a lot of the summer there. She's going to compete at Palmer and Valdez, and then she'll be part of the Twilight STOL Expo at Oshkosh. So that's probably the next time I will see her. So thanks again for stopping by. And I just finished up masking, finally. Getting ready for ProSeal. I am ready to execute. So that's what that looks like. And you go all the way down the wing on that guy. And then, of course, got the doors ready to go. Just gonna run a bead on that. This episode has been taking forever to film, so I'm kind of like filming a lot as well as test flying, and so my mind is a bit jumbled on the YouTube. I apologize. I hope it's not too evident. But the windows on these doors popped out, so I replaced the foam that was in here with the proper VHB tape. Send some feedback to Rands. Hopefully they'll get the manual changed. But I think an added layer of adhesion will be laying a bead of ProSeal, since I think I'll have extra But this is the main mission today, is getting the wing cuff finished and getting this look finalized. And then the last thing with respect to the aesthetics of this bird is getting this fairing in place. And the reason I haven't put it in yet is because I'm dialing in the incidence. I moved it up twice, and now I need to go down just a hair more. I'm calling it a 1/2 centimeter from the leading edge. I'm put some tape down, put a mark there. I'm gonna bring it down a 1/2 centimeter and then finally get this fairing in, because I think this is causing me a couple knots. No kidding. This big spar right there, flat to the wind. So I think that should clean up the airflow. And then I should say the very last aesthetic piece will be the logo going right there.
Times and places are all in who you share them with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with, and the weeks and the weekends are keeping close who you spend it with. And in time, what you find is the time is who you spend it with. Joy is who you share it with. Who you share it with.
It doesn't smell bad. What do we think? Not too bad for my first time. I'll take it. I gotta clean up a little bit, but I stopped right there, leaving myself plenty of room to remove this closeout right there. So yeah, check it up here. Again, little bits to clean up, not to mention my fingerprints, but overall happy. Let's see how it looks from a distance. I'm sure you guys have been seeing some of my Insta360 camera shots. Thanks to Flight Flicks for the mounts. I put 1/4-20 nut plates on that rib, so nice and secure. And then I really want to get a shot with the camera way further out, because right now it is behind the propeller. You see that? I want it to be a little further out, about this far. So another couple feet. So you don't really want to keep screwing these together because it's just a weak spot. The founder of all that, Ryan, was telling me that you want to just get a solid aluminum pole. So I found a 8-foot aluminum pole at our local farm store. Couldn't believe they had aluminum. But now I just got to figure out a way to get a lug in there and then tap a 1/4-20 hole. We'll be in business. The couple pieces of advice that Steven gave me that I found to be useful were, number one, if you make a mess, walk away. Don't try to mess with it while it is still goopy as heck. And I did a pretty good job not making too much of a mess, but there are some little spots that I'll have to touch up. Like, I think the worst probably thing to get on is that, like, Lexan. So we'll see about that. But if it's on a painted surface, it cleans up pretty easily. And then the other piece of advice he gave me was plan on this lasting, I guess it's a 30-minute setup time. He's like, you've got a little bit more time. And I was hitting about the 45-minute mark and it was still flowing. Oh, that's the other one I was going to say was he uses a popsicle stick. My popsicle sticks were too large, too big of a diameter, so I just ended up using my gloved fingers. You saw that worked out pretty well. He said, like, as soon as you're done with that, pull the masking tape, because it's not going to flow even on a vertical surface.
but you definitely want that masking tape off to let it cure, and then it actually sets down really nicely and just, you know, so you're not leaving an edge. So if that makes sense, made sense to me. Also, you can reuse this tip. Don't remove it until it's dry. Once it dries, then you can just pop it out, pop out the gunk, and reuse this tip. All right, so we're gonna move on to the tail fairing, the horizontal stabilizer fairing, and I found the rubber trim piece, and I think the manual calls for cyanoacrylate, like super glue. Not gonna use it. I've had really bad luck with rubber and attaching rubber to metal. It's just too brittle. So Terry recommended, and did more than recommend, he brought me shoe glue. He's an expert in all things adhesives, and he swears by this for this kind of an application. I'm probably not going to film me doing this, but I'll show you afterwards. Finally, I think I've got this Incidence dialed in. I'm making adjustments to the tune of 5 millimeters now, so we're we're really dialing it in. So I'm gonna tidy that up, put on fairing. Much more finished, and I think it's gonna give a little bit of airspeed. Since I had a little shoulder surgery, taking advantage of some downtime to clean up some of this gross area that got epoxy. Don't use masking tape, use packaging tape. Ugh, this makes me want to barf. Big old scratch from putting the cowling on. So we are learning how to be careful around an expensive paint job. Here's the other one. So you can see it's pulling off paint. Boys are helping me out. Guys, it feels like this episode is kind of all over the place, so I hope it wasn't too bad, or I might even have switched it into 2 episodes. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. Until next time, it's Steve, your clear director.